Hello and welcome to Innovation Now, Audit Board's new series that will spotlight enabling technologies and related capabilities for audit, compliance, and risk management. Here to tell us about what Innovation Now is all about is the host and moderator, John Wheeler, our Senior Advisor for Risk and Technology. Welcome, John.
Thanks, Mary. I'm really excited to be here and to explore the topic of innovation in audit, compliance, and risk management.
And so, John, to kick things off, what is driving innovation in audit, compliance, and risk management today? And how does that compare to the past?
I think we're just in such a really unique time in the business world today, with everything that is impacting business leaders all the way up to the CEO and their strategic decisions on how they're going to respond to key challenges such as the pandemic that we've all been experiencing for the last couple of years, but also challenges that are rapidly facing the CEOs and their teams around climate change or cybersecurity, and not only how they can better respond to significant risk events, but also, considering the fact that the organization at large is undergoing such incredible change and at such an incredible pace. And one of the things I wanted to point out here was a recent study by the Conference Board, and they were looking at the C-suite outlook in 2022. What they found was less than 40% of CEOs have confidence that they are well prepared to meet the challenges of a major crisis like we just experienced. But they pointed out there are real worries around certainly inflation, as we're seeing right now, cybersecurity, supply chain disruptions, and climate change. And so they need professionals within audit, compliance, and risk management to step up and provide the needed insight to help them have greater visibility and understanding of the risk, but also to power strategic business decisions. And so it's incredibly important today.
And Audit Board is right now driving innovation by creating a modern connected risk technology platform. So how do you see this fitting into the broader integration risk management landscape today?
It's a great question, Mary. And when I think about this, the need for innovation in this space at this point in time, so hence, again, the name Innovation Now, it makes me think of the great classic by Charles Dickens, which is The Tale of Two Cities. And in the famous opening line of that book, he says, it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. And I think that really echoes into how CEOs and their teams are viewing the state of their businesses today. Some may be experiencing huge amount of demand and a lot of great success, while others may be faced with a lot of disruption, whether it comes from supply chain issues that they may have across the globe or cybersecurity events from a malware or ransomware perspective. And so what we face now, and I think it will continue into the future, is just a state of risk volatility that will require, as I said before, more real-time insights. And so Audit Board, with their connected risk platform, is looking to more directly enter into the integrated risk management landscape and provide that more comprehensive view of risk, but at the same time provide deep insight into how CEOs and their teams can use risk information as part of their ongoing strategic planning and financial analysis reporting. But at the same time, they need to look to ways that they can bridge what I would call the business resilience gap across the operations of the organization. And so delving into how the organization is actually executing on those strategic plans, they need to have a better understanding of how that level of performance that they're expecting is or is not meeting the level of expectation of key stakeholders, whether it be shareholders, board members, what have you. And at the same time, ensure that they have the appropriate level of compliance and resilience baked in to the business operation so that they can respond quickly to changes. And it's very dynamic from a compliance standpoint. We're seeing a lot of new regulation coming to the fore, especially in areas like ESG and cybersecurity, with greater disclosure coming out of, or disclosure requirements coming out of the SEC. And then, looking at potential major disruptive events, even, as we deal with the war in Ukraine, how that has really impacted not only people on a very personal level, but companies that have operations or are tied into the economy of Ukraine and Russia, and how that's creating all sorts of disruption. So, this is going to continue, but it's requiring that more integrated, connected approach to risk.
Absolutely. And I could not agree more. I think that over the last few years, we've really seen how risk is at the forefront, and how as teams, we have to remain dynamic, and we have to innovate. So while Innovation Now, I mean, it's a pretty bold title, but it plays a pretty relevant role. So I'm curious, how do you think that idea is really going to shape the exploration of topics in these future episodes?
Yeah, flexibility is key in these dynamic times that we're living in. And not only flexibility, I think just the need to keep pace with the level of change across businesses is huge. And so, in order to do that, as I said before, business leaders are looking to audit compliance risk professionals to be better equipped to keep pace with the level of change, but also be flexible and nimble. And so to do that, they're looking to make greater investment in programs and practices. And as evidence of that, EY came out with a global CEO survey this year, and they highlighted risk management as the top area of change for organizations over the next 3 years. And, when you think about that in comparison to all the changes that organizations are faced with, to have risk management at the top, it signals that CEOs and business leaders see the tremendous value that can be provided by professionals in the space. But they have to have the right tools and capabilities to deliver on that challenge. And that's what the leaders now recognize. So my charge would be to professionals in the area, and as we explore the future topics as part of Innovation Now, is to seize this huge opportunity that you have to think of new ways, novel ways to approach, tried and true methods that may have worked in the past, but going forward and with the need to, again, be flexible, be nimble, and be quick, may require a different way of thinking, in that innovative fashion.
I could not agree more, and this is such an exciting time. So what do you really hope to bring to viewers of Innovation Now as the host and as the moderator?
Given the backdrop and what I've just described, my hope and vision for this channel is to bring to the viewer a much better understanding of what they can do and what is the true vision of integrated risk management. And to do that, I look forward to interviewing key leaders in audit, compliance, and risk management, and spotlighting their innovative uses of technology, or even novel ways to approach these topics, in delivering that great value to the business leaders that they're seeking. The other thing that I hope to do through the channel is to challenge the viewer's way of thinking and to look at things in different ways. And I think if I can do that, if I can really provoke a lot of thought, a lot of questioning of how we've done things in the past and how we can do things better right now, then I will have succeeded in bringing really a lot of useful information to the viewer and how they can improve their own innovation around audit, compliance, and risk.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, John. We're really looking forward to all the great content that you're going to be bringing to us as part of this series.
My pleasure. I'm looking forward to it.